Every day I'm black, but during the month of February, I'm blackity black, black.
It's time to exhale and be motivated. Annie's Blue Couch. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, to all of you, Annie's crew. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the blue. Annie's Blue Couch. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me today. Now, before we get into today's conversation, I want to remind you to please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and as always, please do me a huge favor and share this video with at least 2 of your friends. Happy Black History Month, Annie's crew. I hope you've been coming along with me on my deep dive journey into the history of Blacks in America. I have been having, well, I can't say really having fun because some of this stuff is overwhelming, but it's been an interesting journey into all the lives I've been looking into. If you haven't been tuning in, well, I created a playlist just for you. The link is right here, and it's also in the description box below as well. So when we get done here, go check it out. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been leaving comments or DMing me that they are learning so much, and grateful that I've been sharing. For today's conversation, I want to just encourage those that are watching this Black History Month series. I want to make it clear that the point of my videos is not to ignite a sense of anger or rage or anything like that. It is to ignite a desire in anyone and everyone who tunes in to these discussions to do some deep diving of your own. It's really about learning about people I didn't learn about in school in terms of studying Black history. It's about raising awareness and, of course, to shed some light on the issues that existed and still do exist on certain levels today. We need to continue to talk about these things so that the change that began years ago won't be in vain. We cannot stop until things are equal. We cannot quit after some of the change has occurred because the work is not over. As a Black woman being raised in the church, I really feel like the church shielded me and protected me and covered me from the hate that was around me. And I'm so grateful for that. Now, there's a part of me that's like, Daniel, I was so shielded that, last year the term thrown around a lot was woke, becoming woke, being woke, are you woke, get woke. And I think that for me, I was so shielded that I was the opposite of that, which is asleep. I'm just being honest. But I have to say that God in his infinite wisdom knew that I needed the foundation of a relationship with him to be able to properly process the wickedness and the work of evil in America. And not just America, but in our world, really. And when I say church, let me clarify that I'm not speaking of a particular building. I'm really talking about my relationship with God and learning about God's love, about his nature, and really pursuing a life that the end result is heaven. That alters my perspective on all of this. And I felt it necessary to interject this as a conversation before my next deep dive so you understand my motive. It's so important that we put into perspective what is happening here on earth versus eternity. If you don't believe that, that's okay. I'm not here to debate that, and I won't. I really want to help those who share my belief and are deep diving alongside me or in your own personal journey to put into perspective the reality of sin and its impact. Things aren't going to ever be perfect. They will get better if we challenge ideologies and speak up and stand up. But I want to make one thing clear. While human beings continue to yield themselves to evil, well, evil will forever be present on this side of eternity. And that fact doesn't mean don't bother trying. It ain't gonna get better. Just accept it till you get to heaven. No, I think it's like the person who's given a certain amount of time left to live. If someone told you tomorrow you only have 5 years to live, you have 2 choices. You can squander the 5 years or make the absolute best of it and leave a footprint on the earth that changes it forever. It doesn't change the fact that you only have 5 years to live, but you do have the choice to do the best you can with those 5 years to make a positive impact. So yeah, racism will always be here. Hatred and evil and ignorance will always be here. As much as I deep dive, there will always be more to learn and more to uncover and deeper to go. I don't believe that these conversations will cause racism to be eradicated, but I do believe that I should do my best to raise awareness for whatever amount of time I have on the earth, and that I be impactful in all the areas God gives me the desire to impact in. Earlier, I said that God in his infinite wisdom allowed this shielding of my mind, of my emotions from being woke, while he poured himself, his love, his peace, his kindness, his word into me. So that at this time, when I would begin this journey, that my relationship with him would be the foundation on which all of this information is processed. Things make me sad and even angry at times. Without my relationship with God, my response to this journey may be that I get some weapons of mass destruction and take folk out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm reminded of something the Apostle Paul said to the Ephesians. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Now, this is not an excuse for someone who participates in this foolishness. The fact that someone is a racist because they've allowed evil and ignorance to grip their heart does not negate the fact that being a racist is a horrible thing to be. But if I understand that someone is a racist because they have not submitted themselves to Christ and have not submitted themselves to truth, but that they have submitted themselves to ignorance, then the way that I receive what it is they're giving in a moment of racist behavior doesn't excite me to the point that I now become ignorant. What has happened to Black people in America is saddening, frustrating, it's hurtful, and painful to uncover it all. And I understand God and Christianity and the Bible even have been used to promote some of the foolishness, but again, ignorance will do that. Listen, read the Bible for yourself. Slavery, hatred, prejudice, unfairness, and all the other abusive ways to live are not supported by God's word. I want to share information that isn't often shared, if at all. We absolutely appreciate all that Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Rosa Parks has done. Speaking of Rosa Parks, have you ever heard the name Claudette Colvin? We all know that Rosa Parks was the Black woman who said, I ain't going to the back of no bus to stand in no section for Blacks when there's a seat right here. I'm tired too, and I ain't giving up my seat. Well, Claudette Colvin was a 15-year-old Black girl who was actually the pioneer in this movement. Rosa Parks became the leading name and face for this act of bravery, but 9 months before that, Claudette Colvin did it. It said that because she was just a child that her story wouldn't be as impactful, so they went with Rosa Parks as the name and face for the movement. And I know I have a few subscribers who are children. Listen, you are not too young to be brave. Whether people recognize it or not, be brave. What is usually presented about Black history is what has been approved or what is palatable, easier to digest. And it's not on white people to teach us our history. We have to figure it out for ourselves. And what I hope to do this month is to inspire you to dig deep for your own self. Dig deep to have a greater appreciation for where you are if you're Black, and a greater understanding of the heart and mind and response of Black people if you're white. Having a month is insufficient. There's really not enough time in a month to uncover it all. But I'm grateful for Black History Month. And I see it kind of like a birthday. Every day I'm alive, I truly appreciate it. I may not always act like it. I may even say things like, Lord, can this day just be over? And I know you said something like that too. But something about my birthday, I just want to turn up. You know what I'm saying? I think about the year that's gone by. I make big plans for the year to come. I spend time with friends and family, and I just celebrate being alive. So I know that there are a lot of Black Americans who feel like a month isn't enough. It's a slap in the face. And I agree, there's not enough time to uncover it all in a month. But we celebrate and appreciate life every day. We love being Black every day. Don't take it for granted. But when February comes around, let's turn up. I saw this t-shirt the other day. I'm going to get one and make sure I wear it for y'all. It says, every day I'm Black, but during the month of February, I'm blackity black. I got to get one. It doesn't mean we can't talk about being Black in January or in October. We most certainly should. And Annie's Blue Couch this month is all about sharing with you what I am learning and, that I truly didn't know before, and taking time to acknowledge African Americans and their contributions to the America I live in, to the America many of you live in. So make sure, turn on your notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for my deep dives into Black history. Until next time, remember, you are beautiful, you are special, your smile is amazing, and don't let anyone or anything ever make you feel less than who and what God has designed you to be. Annie's crew, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Bye for now.
Annie's Blue Couch.